Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming along this afternoon. Just to let you know, your mics are muted at the moment, and you've got used to the camera. Should you wish to be on camera, please do remain on. If not, you can turn it off. That's absolutely fine. For your awareness is going to be recorded and will be shared with you afterwards. So please feel free to engage with the chat and engage with some of the opportunities that we've got a little bit later on. I'm going to kick things off straight away. So this afternoon's webinar is discovering all about the STEM Leaders Programme and how you can empower young people to lead, innovate and build their confidence through STEM. My name is Catherine Holland-Heathers. I am the Market Development Manager for the Leadership Skills Foundation. I've been with the organisation now for 10 years and I've had the pleasure of being involved with the STEM Leaders Programme right from its inception back in 2021. So I am really looking forward to taking you through the programme and talking to you about how you can introduce it at your organisation. For those of you that might be new to us as the Leadership Skills Foundation, I'm going to just briefly talk to you about who we are. If we've got people joining us today that are or have been involved with us before with some of our other leadership programs, great to have you along. So the Leadership Skills Foundation, we are an awarding organisation that has for over 40 years been developing a range of leadership skills programs, which started off initially with sport and has diversified into STEM, esports, environment leaders and more. And what we do is we take a unique approach to developing and recognising leadership skills in young people. So all of the awards and qualifications that we have as part of our portfolio has been designed with the learner at heart to help them support the development of life-changing skills, these skills such as communication, teamwork, problem solving, self-management and self-belief, but through a practical experiential opportunity that really makes a real world difference. We're struggling with sound. Can everyone else hear me just before I carry on? You can use the icons if you just want to raise your hand or put a thumbs up. Fatima, it might be something to do with your laptop or the device that you joined us with then. Viola, did you want to unmute yourself? Okay, I'm going to carry on, Fatima, but hopefully what we'll do is you'll get to get the copy of the recording of this at the end, hopefully. So to take you through what we're going to cover today, we're going to look at what the STEM Leaders Programme is. We're going to talk about what's involved and how it could be fitted into your setting from the organisation you've come from. We'll look at some key features and benefits, the delivery journey you'll take if you decide to come on board and deliver the programme with us. And then I've got a couple of examples today from schools that have been delivering the STEM Leaders programme with us. And then what we'll do is we'll have an open floor at the end with some questions that you might have from anything that crops up. But do feel free to use the chat at any point, and I will come back to that when we open the floor for questions. So before I kick things off in full, what I would really love to understand is what drove you here today? What are your reasons? What is your why for coming out and joining me to find out about the STEM Leaders Programme? And to do that, I'm going to launch a little poll. This is a word cloud. So all you need to do is simply just type in the words, sentence or a few key words, and it will start to populate and I'll get an idea of what are your reasons for joining me today. So hopefully that should have popped up on the screen for you. If not, please feel free to use the chat as well. I'll just give you a few minutes just to start populating that. So just maybe some prompts to help you thinking. You might have joined us today. You can't see the poll on screen. Okay, no problem. Have a look in the chat, and if it's not popping up in the chat, then if you've got just some couple of words, please feel free to use the chat for that function. So it might be, for example, you're joining us today because you're embarking on launching a STEM club within your organisation and you're looking for ideas of how you can empower sort of your young people or develop a workforce of students that are going to help you lead that, perhaps for younger students in your school. If you're coming from a secondary school, if you're coming from a college, you might be looking to sort of just support students with improving their confidence and their resilience using their passion for STEM, for example, where they might be in their foundation year or they might be resitting their English or maths, and just giving them the opportunity to develop leadership skills alongside that as well. If you're a community organisation, STEM might be in your remit with working with young people that are out of reach or not necessarily in mainstream education, and you want to use STEM as the hook to get them involved, but providing them with the opportunity to give them really valuable, essential skill development at the same time. So what I'll do then, that poll will remain open, so feel free to engage with that as you wish. I'm just going to move on now to talk about the STEM Leaders Programme itself. So the STEM Leaders Programme is underpinned by two nationally recognised qualifications, which is a level 1 in leadership skills and a level 2 in leadership skills. Now, you don't have to, the young people that you're engaging with don't have to start at the beginning point at level 1. Depending on the age and depending on their ability, you may wish to drop them in at any point within those levels of qualification. From an age perspective, the level 1 is for anyone aged 11 and upwards, and the level 2 is for anyone aged 12 and upwards. So that will help you to sort of tailor perhaps the qualification level you may wish to offer. Now, the programme itself helps to build transferable, essential skills, but using the STEM subjects as the hook for that. We all know that young people who are supported to develop leadership skills are more likely to establish their own career paths, support, encourage each other, try new things, and find innovative solutions. And we know that young people, when they're hooked and engaged in fun and engaging STEM activities at the very beginning of their sort of secondary education, they'll continue to pursue that as they move forward and perhaps exploring those STEM careers that are available to them. What's great about the qualifications and about that underpin the programme is that they are bite-sized. They are structured leadership courses, so we provide you with a specification, we provide you with delivery resources, which I'll touch upon in a minute, but they provide you with something that's structured that you can follow, that the young people will gain essential skill development from. To give you just a bit of perspective, the level 1 qualification is 24 hours total qualification time, so really, really bite sized, and the level 2 itself is 32 hours. And as I said at the beginning, what's really unique about our qualifications is they are practically applied. So it's really about that experiential learning that they're going to then show those leadership skills that they're developing, and which yourselves as tutored would then assess throughout the programme itself. So very briefly, what's included as part of the programme? We provide you with lots of supporting resources and material, as well as training that is available for tutors, that is accessible online and at any point at any time. Then there's a full suite of tutor resources that you can use and tailor and build into maybe existing resources that you've got that support the STEM subjects that you are involved in. What's mandatory as part of the programme is the editable learner evidence record. So these are the mandatory documents where you will assess students and they will log their learning. We also have additional resources available for the learners to supplement their knowledge and understanding and their application of the skills, as well as promotional materials. And what's really key is that you will have a dedicated relationship manager and a quality assurance member from the Leadership Skills Foundation available to support you with any questions or if you need any support throughout that delivery. So I mentioned assessment. So with our qualifications, they are practically demonstrating those skills, but you will be required to assess and observe them doing that. And what we have within the learner evidence records is sections that you as a tutor would be completing. So here is just a couple of examples of completed observation forms that we provide as an assessment guidance, really, to support you to ensure that you're making fair and accurate assessment decisions. So as you see there, it's pass and defer. That's what we ask for. If a student who's completing their learner evidence records hasn't necessarily given or met the minimum outcomes that are outlined on the specification, you can give them that work back and give them the opportunity to provide more detailed information so that you ensure that they can be passed, and you would sign off when they pass that. So you give them plenty of opportunities to practice to achieve. So in terms of how the program can fit into your setting, what's really great about our qualifications is it allows for flexible delivery. So it can be delivered within a classroom, it can be delivered as an extracurricular lunchtime enrichment opportunity. And if you're coming from a community setting, it can fit in really well with some of those community initiatives that you might be seeking to drive through your own work programs. And then in terms of the timescale, I mentioned before they are bite-sized qualifications, so they can be delivered easily over an academic year. They can be built in as part of a holiday club, or you might decide to run a leadership week where you solely and intensively deliver the program itself. So in terms of some of the key features and benefits, so as I mentioned, this is a leadership qualification that utilises STEM and the STEM-based activities to really hook and engage those young people, which helps them practically apply those skills, help them build that confidence, and help them sort of look at how they can use those skills in a real world context in the future. It's blended learning in that it combines theory and it combines practical experience. So there are elements of the program that you will guide the learners through, that you will teach, and they will practice. There's loads of fabulous leadership activities that help support them understand how they build their communication skills, how they build their teamwork and their problem solving. What it does is encourages peer-to-peer learning. So they're building that confidence, they're building that teamwork, and they're building that resilience at the same time. So like I said, activities can be run during your curriculum timetable or as part of extracurricular clubs or community events. We provide comprehensive tutor support and resources, and we have that fabulous quality assurance and relationship management support as well. Now, what we have done is we've updated the qualifications for this academic year. So we're looking at leadership skills in a more broader focus, and then bringing STEM in, and you bringing your STEM knowledge in to apply it to the subject itself. So in terms of the benefits, like I say, it develops those key essential skills around teamwork and communication. It can build that personal confidence because they will be a leading or assisting in leading STEM activities. It encourages learners to lead initiatives that will benefit their schools and their local communities. So we're really looking at purposeful opportunities and activities that might be something along the lines of a Year 6 transition event, where you have your leaders leading a range of different STEM activities and engaging those future Year 7s that might be coming up into your organisation, as an example. What it does do is it rewards and recognises your students for skill development, something that they can then take on and they can put in their CV, on their personal statement, and feel really proud of achieving. And it allows students to develop their self-reflection and self-awareness as well. So thinking about where they might be going in the future, thinking about how well they've developed those leadership skills, how they've developed their communication, and how that might then link into other areas of their school or their work life, or what they might be doing out in the community as well. So in terms of the delivery journey itself, to come on board to deliver the STEM Leaders Programme, the first thing that would be required is a registration process. So you set yourself up as a centre with us, which requires some contact and billing information. We'll then take you through the process of applying for your course, getting access to the learning resources and training. You'll then be off delivering with the resources that we provide, that in a way that best fits your setting and your timetable. And then once you've taken your learners through and they're coming towards the end and they're achieving the qualification, we'll then take you through the certification process, which you can then celebrate the achievement of the students. And then you'll be able to see some of those tangible differences in the learners from where they may have started at the beginning of the course to where they end up at the end. So some of the examples then that we've got here, the Mountbatten School, they joined us back in 2021 when STEM Leaders was first launched, and they've really seen some key impacts for the programme itself. And what I really love here is one of the quotes that's come from one of the tutors from the school itself. The quote stating, "Workplaces want people who can come in and, yes, be intelligent, but also work as well as part of a team from the beginning. STEM Leaders gives them a sense of belonging to something." So I think that's a great statement that that Aaron there has provided us with the impact that the STEM Leaders programme it has. And then in terms of some key points in terms of impact, We've seen, or they've seen, confidence in their students develop. The fact that they have leaders coming back who have been trained and want to continue to give back to the school by running science clubs and workshops and having more community involvement. They've recognised their students through presentations, through social media, which has resulted in a boost in self-esteem and school pride. And although they had small numbers at the very beginning, they've seen year on year increase in their interest in the STEM Leaders Programme, and having to operate a wait list for students that are desperate to come on. So I think that we've had some really, or the Mountbatten School have had some really great successes through delivering the STEM Leaders Programme, and we do have a full example of delivery that you can go and access once I share these presentation slides with you, that you can read a little bit more from that as well. And then what I do have here is a little video from Chesterfield High School, who have also delivered the STEM Leaders Programme, and I'm just going to play that for you now. Apologies to those that you've had some sound issues. What we will do is we'll share that video separately so that you can access that. We've got it as a YouTube link, so we'll send that so you can watch that again.
I can hear you, but I can't hear anything else.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Yeah, let me send that separately to you guys after this so that you can just watch that through again. Sometimes I don't know, it's Teams sometimes that makes it difficult. Well, whilst I've got you then, we've kind of moved through the core part of the program itself, and it's now an opportunity to ask some questions. And I'm just having a little look back through the word cloud, and some things popped out at me. So, for example, someone here who's working with an alternative provision. I don't know who's answered who popped that, or if you're looking at alternative provision opportunities.
That's me. That's Nafisa Rayman. I work in alternative provision.
Okay, brilliant. From what I've presented today, are there any specific questions? Does anyone have any specific questions about the program itself?
Yeah, I actually do. We are looking to offer, what do we call them? It's AQA unit awards, and I think the STEM's Leaded program seems very similar. I just want to know what qualifications do they get at the end? What kind of certificate? Is it something they can use in their CV or can help them to get into college course?
Yeah, so it's an RQF certificate. We're overseen by Ofqual. So depending on the level that you choose to do, whether it's a level 1 or level 2, they'll get that level relevant certificate for leadership through that. So yes, it's a recognised qualification that they will get at the end.
Great. Because our students, our learners are very disengaged, and not all of them are suitable for GCSE. So we are looking at other form of qualification, and I think this one sounds good. So I'd like more information on this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm more than happy to follow up with you separately, and we can have a look at how that might work within your organisation, in your setting. That's not a problem at all.
Oh, that would be really good. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Does anyone else have any other questions at all? Feel free to unmute yourself or raise your hand and I'll open the mic. Okay, cost, no problem at all. So at the moment, we are operating an early bird offer, which expires at the end of this month, where the level 1 would be £29 per learner and the level 2 would be £39 per learner. From the 1st of November, those prices then go up to £34 for the level 1 and £44 for the level 2. So if you're looking at sort of numbers wise, we've got STEM leaders packages if you're looking to do sort of greater numbers from 25 to 50 to 75 upwards, depending on again the number of students or how you might like to offer this. But yes, we've got individual learner registration fees. Any other questions? What I should say, what I'll clarify is that after the back of today, you will receive an email from us that will have the recording and the PowerPoint slides, and I'll make sure that we include that video as well so you can take a look at that. It will give you the opportunity to either book a call in with myself to have sort of further discussions about how it will work specifically for your setting, and then we can also sort of talk about what your numbers might be looking like and how to take you through that sign up process as well. So look out for that email. It should be coming out tomorrow. What I will do very quickly, and it's kind of recapping what I've just said, once you've received that information in the follow-up email, please do share with your SLT and your colleagues if you're looking to get more people involved in this. Please book in a call if you want to have like a more bespoke conversation. That is not a problem at all. And what we do have is a limited time deal up until the end of November, where you can get 20% off for attending this webinar today on your registration fee or on your package, depending on what you decide to do. So, please do feel free to take advantage of that offer and get in touch with us. Now, I think that really is it for the webinar today. If there aren't any further questions, then you are free to leave and go back about your evening today. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found it informative, and I look forward to perhaps having conversations with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.